Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be previewing the fixture against Villarreal in the Super Cup. Of course, a trophy that Chelsea need to win, and I think we're going to win. Now that hopefully doesn't come back to bite me, but let's get into this. Starting off with the confirmed squad. So as you'd expect, it features all the regular players, of course. Marcus Bettinelli is our new goalkeeper that probably will not feature. And then of course we've got all the usual players that you'd expect through the defenders, midfielders, forwards. One thing to note, I suppose, through the forward section is no Romelu Lukaku. Of course, he hasn't been announced officially, he will have not been registered, so he's not going to be eligible for this game, though we know that's coming very soon. So we're going in without him. Typical squad, we should be able to do this without Lukaku. Now, a couple of things I want to mention before we go into this. The form. So Chelsea, of course, Villarreal is the fixture here. If we take a look at Villarreal, they really have not had a good pre-season, etc. So here we see just a few days ago they drew 2-0 with Leeds. They lost 3-2 to Leicester. Just before that they lost 2-1 to Villarreal. Before that they drew 0-0 with Levante and then 2-2 versus Lyon. That's their last, 5 fixtures. Not great, and not a single win in those last 5. And when you consider the two most recent, over the past like 10 days or so, they lost to Leicester, a team that we've beaten recently, a team that we've also lost to in all fairness, but a team that we've beaten, and Leeds, a team that we very comfortably should be beating. So, it's pre-season, you can't read too much into it, but you can certainly say that that form does not lend well for them. Now, if you take a look at Chelsea's, of course, the Villarreal game is down here. It's shifted around a little bit. Drew 2-2 to Tottenham, but we were 2-0 up, and we gave away one sloppy goal, and we might even have had our complete C team on by the time they scored both their goals. So, really, I'm not too fussed about that. I'm counting that mostly as a win. We obviously beat Arsenal pretty comfortably. And then, of course, you're looking at the Champions League final, but before that, Bournemouth a 2-1 win. Again, a very late sort of scrappy goal. And then you're looking at last season, sort of FA Cup and all that sort of stuff. So if you want to count these, you can, win against City and Real Madrid, the loss against Leicester, which still to this day annoys me. But really, we're coming into this in the much stronger form. So all in all, you have to say Chelsea are the favourites. Of course, we won the Champions League. They beat Man United in the Europa League final, which was a joy to watch, that De Gea penalty. But this one will be interesting, and I'm intrigued to see what sort of lineup we're going to go with this one. Are we going to stick with these sort of back 5 that we've seen regularly? Which I think we will, given that that's how pre-season sort of went for us. Or are we going to switch things up for this as a bit of a test? I don't know. But let's start off with the goalkeeper position. And we are, of course, going to be putting Edouard Mendy in between the sticks. For me, it can't be Kepa. It has to be Edouard Mendy, and I don't think we'll be playing our new keeper Marcus, so that's probably that sorted. Moving on then, Thiago Silva goes in the central of the centre-backs for me. I think that just makes sense. On the right side, I'd be putting Christensen. I think he did great last season. I'd expect him to continue that form into this game. The next slot, I'm putting Antonio Rudiger, of course. No Asp in this team for me. Could count that as a mistake. Maybe Asp plays instead of Christensen or something along those lines. But for me, that's how I would set it up. In the right wing back slot, it's Reece James for me. Now, what you could see here is Reece James in that Christensen role and Asp as the wing back. Something like that, maybe. Personally, that's not how I'd like to see it line up. But it could be. And we could also see Callum Hudson-Odoi slot in that right back slot. Or right wing back slot. But for me, that's not how I'm setting it up. Chilwell on the left side for me, strong. We very well could see Alonso. I think if anything, it's more likely that we probably see Alonso. But I definitely rate Ben Chilwell to do a job for us on that side. The two central midfielders, now this is a tough one because you've got Jorginho, Kante, Kovacic basically as the main 3. And it's hard to leave anyone out. But for me, of course, Kante gets in there. Kante's sort of the only one that's guaranteed a slot. And then next to him, I'm going for Jorginho. He did great for Italy. I think to drop him for this game would be quite harsh. Not that Kovacic has really done anything wrong, but for me, that's how I do it. Now, these two, left wing and right wing, I'm basically counting them as the two cams that sit behind the striker. Call them wingers, call them strikers, whatever you want. They basically perform the same role. So on the left side for me, I'd be putting Timo Werner. You could argue, last season's form, maybe he doesn't he's not the goal scorer that we maybe need in this team, but the work rate, the pulling people out of position, the assists, the winning penalties, pretty much everything other than scoring, and even then he did score a few, gets him in this team for me. And then on the other side, I've got Mason Mount. It feels rough to leave out Pulisic, Callum Hudson-Odoi, the likes of them, but they just don't get in there for me. And then, of course, in the striker role, I'm putting Kai Havertz, if Lukaku is here. Maybe Havertz drops back, Lukaku plays in front. I'm not really sure how we're going to line up with Lukaku. I guess that's a topic for another video. But wow, our squad depth is strong. Once we get Lukaku in, even as it is, it's still pretty strong. But for me, that's how I'd line up. And I think that's a strong enough team to get us past Villarreal. You know, their form coming into this, as I mentioned, really just isn't great. This Leeds fixture is a very worrying one. And to have lost to Leicester as well. And then here you're looking back into July, and it's just not been great for Villarreal. And I think the last time they won might have actually been against Man United. It actually is. The Europa League final on the 26th of May was the last time they won. And of course that was the penalties, and De Gea made that magical moment for the rest of us, but not so magical moment for the Man United fans. Chelsea's form coming into this, you know, yes, we did technically draw against Tottenham, but the rotated team, I'm basically counting that as a win. Beat Arsenal, beat Bournemouth, beat City, lost to Leicester. Like that, to me, we are the much stronger team. We're the ones who won the Champions League. We're expected to win it. And getting the Super Cup in the trophy cabinet would be pretty big. You know, it's a trophy that, you know, it's an addition to the cabinet. It's not a major one. I don't really know whether you count it as last season's or this season's. I guess it counts as this season's trophy. Although, you know, you win it through being in last season's one. I don't know. I guess it's this season's trophy. But I'm going to go for a score prediction on this one. I'm going to say Chelsea win this 3-0. That's sort of how confident I am on this one. And that, I really hope that doesn't come back to bite me. But if I'm going for goal scorers, I'm going to say Havertz nets 1, Jorginho on a pen, and Mason Mount on the other. Havertz, Jorginho, Mount. Those are my 3 goal scorers. And I think this should be a comfortable game. Of course, it is the first game back. You know, yes, we gelled very well last season, but it is a different thing coming into the new season, although the team is mostly the same. So we'll see how it goes. I'm confident 3-0. Let me know your guys' score prediction down in the comment section down below. Maybe I'm too optimistic on this one. Maybe I need to be brought down a peg. But let me know what you guys think. Let's hope it's a dub for Chelsea. I'll have a match review out after the game, so make sure you're subscribed to see that. I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.